This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, friends and neighbors. John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Always happy to tell you that this show is being brought to you by The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wailara 9+ briskets, and as always, handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for the past 15 years. Every week, they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use the Butcher Shop win, and they win often. You may not be a competitor, but you deserve the finer cuts. Great news, the Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged, Australian Wagyu, and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the backyard. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock, and again, always hand-picked for you. Let's check this all out, shall we? The Butcher Shop. They have the best competition briskets. They have the best pork selection. They're giving you a better overall option to cook at home every single day. So you need to give the Butcher Shop a call today. 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show. You're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. You can also check them out over on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Give them a like and a follow, please. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wailara 9+ briskets. And today, by special request from Derek Thielbar, we're going to take a jump back to 2008. And I'm just going to let this roll.
You are more than welcome to do it. I didn't, again, and thanks to Billy Bones for joining me for the last two segments. You can find out more about him at BillyBonesBBQ.com. He does have, and I'm actually quite remiss in not actually getting to that portion of the show tonight, but like all great things, when I run out of time, but I still have content left, I am able to have the good guests back on. And he had definitely a good amount of insight on a number of things that were probably a little bit more outside the traditional box of barbecue, that being, the philanthropy and so forth that goes on with barbecue that really, I don't know if we necessarily really hear about that quite so often. So let's go ahead and jump to the phones. It's BBQ Central Radio. Name and where you're calling from. Hello. Hello. Goodbye. If you're going to make the phone call, folks, go ahead and just wait that extra 5 seconds for me to finish my thought. And then, we'll be good that way. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Walt from Wilton.
Walt from Wilton.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Hey, before I get started, I got a quick question. Are you any relations to the Rempes from the Wilton area, Wilton, New York, outside of Saratoga?
I lived there for probably 12 or 13 years, I think.
Oh, well, then you probably are related somehow. It's not that common of a name.
That could have been me.
Well, I guess. Could have been.
Walt?
Well, so I guess that's a yes then, right?
Yeah, I mean, we lived there for 12 years, maybe 13. Gansevoort.
Gansevoort. I'm sure this is riveting to your audience.
Yeah, it's right around the Wilton area. If you're familiar with Wilton as you are, Wilt, then you would know, Dorothy Nolan Elementary School, racetrack, Old Bryan Inn, all this good stuff.
Well, that actually brings me to why I was calling. I wanted to comment on something that Billy Bones had said. He had mentioned about spending a few more bucks and buying from an independent guy, and I agree wholeheartedly. The tie-in here is the track, and again, I have a guy at the track who provides me all my stuff, and he's super, super reliable, resourceful kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that finds stuff, and I've been working.
What do you mean? He's the kind of guy that finds stuff. What does that mean?
Well, come on, he's at the horse track.
All right.
Two and two together, Greg. I can't rat the guy out, but So I've been doing a really solid combo of brisket, ribs, and a butt, and I affectionately call it my triple crown of horse eating. It's fabulous.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of a cooker do you use to cook that on?
Well, it's hard to find a commercial cooker for something that large. So I really just
for what do you mean for something that large? What do you mean?
A horse.
Are you kidding me? A horse? Come on, Wilt? From Wilton? You did say a horse, right? 216-220-0966. All you have to do is call in and say, I would like sauce. And my man Tim Patton from Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce, PD River Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce, which can be found at swampsauce.com and is also last year's winner of the Barbecue Central Forum's Barbecue Sauce Challenge. And that was very, very drawn out and elaborate. Ultimately judged by the wood chick herself, Leanne Whippen. Done secret double-blind Smooth Dog Willie. So we should look to hook that up again next year. So 216-220-0966 is the number you want to call and say, I would like sauce. And when you say that, you will be gifted a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce, which, by the way, I made for the first time ever in my and I've become quite the more active barbecuer ever since I got my hands on that close for free. By the way, for free. Hey, Puff.
Tell me how my ass tastes.
Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Weasel, be quiet. We're on again. Hi, Greg. This is Dan from Wauchula.
Hey, Dan. What's up?
What's up? What kind of question is that?
What do you mean?
I'm calling in to talk about that gentleman that just called, that Walter from wherever that place was in New York.
Walt from Wilton.
What is he talking about? He's cooking horses?
Is
that some kind? Anyway, I'm not so disturbed about that, but I'm really excited about this guy, Billy Bones.
Why are you excited about Billy Bones?
Well, just think about it. He had this whole thing about the rubbing, and I don't want to get started because I know you'll hit that button. Don't hit that button.
Come on. What are you talking about? It's patently outrageous what's happening here, folks. I mean, rubbing and I have to revamp this portion of the show. 216-220-0966. Getting a quick note as we have 30 seconds left before nobody wins barbecue sauce. I mean, what's going on?
Do you want to hear if anybody wins barbecue sauce? I think you want to find out. I encourage you to go check this out. First 2 segments of this show is Billy Bones, one of the originators of barbecue rub commercially, big player in the barbecue world back in the day. R.I.P. Billy Bones. And thanks to Derek. Derek, you were absolutely right. I sensed, too, that Greg was a little incensed by the thought of eating horse meat back in 2008. Go check that show out. Let me know what you think. John, John, at the BBQCentralShow.com. Let me know if I can do a show for you. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.